Okay, I want to take a few minutes to talk about construction techniques and the features of our masking system. A lot of thought has gone into the creation of the mask unit itself, and to understand that each of the materials come with a different shape. I've cut out the same material so you can see the color contrast, but these are actually different pieces from different components. We have the end mask is the appearance of this. We have the spun bond, the melt blown inside, or the halyard, and then the spun bond as well. We're going to talk about this piece in a second. But the biggest thing, and I've done this with the colors, if you look at the way we stitch these masks, and this is an exterior layer, you see across the bridge where it's solid material, and then across the nose and face it's open. And we layer that, but on the internal side, the filtration unit, you'll see that from the nose to the mouth in that area of the mask, it's solid material, and we stitch it at the bottom and the top. On the opposite of that, when you go to the inside, you'll see the lower chin area and mouth is closed and sealed. So each of the layers has a different stitching pattern. So in the event of catastrophic failure, you'll still have various layers of closed or solid fabric material protecting you, so you can get the mask removed from your face and get yourself protected. And so we've designed this in multiple layers, but also not only multiple layers, but multiple stitch positions, so that you're not faced with a continuous seam right down the middle of your mask that in the event of failure just simply opens up on you. That's just simply a foolish way to design and build a mask. It's something somebody doesn't know what they're doing. Just take two pieces of material and put them together and stitch them. Just trying to make a quick buck off of you. They really have no idea what they're doing. So when we build these masks, you'll see that they're cut in different component shapes. So that when they're put together, this is from the nose to the mouth, and this is the bridge of the nose, and then of course the chin. And then again, now this would be a different material, but I wanted to use in the blue to show you when you put this together, the mask, you'll see that across the top of the mask, or on the inside across the bottom mouth area, you'll see that those stitch areas are alternating so that there's no overlapping seam between the three layers in the event of catastrophic failure. And that's one of the elements we put into our design and thought. We put a lot of thought into this and a lot of study and research to try to create the best protection available to you. And utilize the best materials available at the most cost-effective means. One last thing I want to talk about in the construction is you'll see this loop, this cloth loop here, and we talk about a reusable mask. Two things happen. When you touch the structure of the mask, even though it is durable, you continue to wear on it over and over. So we want to ensure that the mask itself, if you grab it and you don and ditch your mask by the string itself and pull this away from your face, grab the elastic, two things happen. You don't touch the outer shell of the mask to damage the integrity, allow for longevity and continued use. You don't place contamination on your hand and then risk touching the inside of your mask. You've now contaminated the inside of your mask and it needs to be sanitized. So by pulling on this and the elastic, you keep your hands well away from the interior of the mask. So it's one of the thought process that went into design is to ensure how do we keep people from touching the inside, how do we keep people from aggravating or damaging or accelerating the decay of the structure itself, and that's what this is for. It also holds a third purpose. If your mask is contaminated, you should always assume once you've begun to use it that it is contaminated. If you remove it and simply lay it down, now you've contaminated your surface. If you pick that up and you set it down, now you've contaminated the inner surface. If this surface is contaminated in of itself and you've laid your mask down, you've contaminated your mask. So this hook itself, you can keep it in your car, you hang it so you do not contaminate the seat that your children sit on, you cannot contaminate the dashboard. Additionally, if you're somewhere in your home you keep from having contamination, you simply hang it by the door. It allows you to keep yourself from touching the inside of the mask with a contaminated hand. It prevents you from, laying it on a surface and transferring contamination. So this is another feature that we have in our mask design. A lot of thought was gone into how to keep the mask lasting as long as possible without damaging the structure, how to keep you from contaminating your mask, how to keep you contaminating surfaces with your mask. So this is another key element of the feature that an EGA medical armor that our mask system was designed for. But again, we spent hundreds and hundreds of hours researching these things, and we certainly hope that you take that into consideration when you look at our mask design and what we have to offer for our protection for healthcare professionals, mission-critical business, and of course just the standard civilian that wants their own protection at the highest levels. And as a mask unit was about a $2 and $2.10 cost per unit, with a reusable 10 to 20 times depending on sanitization procedures. We think we've built a very solid mask designed to protect you and keep your family safe. The high delta flow rate to make the mask function. The hook itself you can hang and prevent the sanitization or the transmission of the virus from surface to surface or to the inside of your mask itself. So all of these are things that we've considered, and it's a great deal of thought and effort has been put into this, and we hope you give that consideration when you decide whether you want to buy our masking system. Thank you.